What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Marvel Selects Immortal Hulk. And so here we have the Immortal Hulk pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Immortal Hulk does come with two different head sculpts. We do have the angry yelling expression, which looks amazing. I do like it. And then we do get a Cosmic Hulk alternate head. He also does come with two sets of hands. We do get a pair of fists. And then we get a pair of grasping hands. Other than that, the Hulk doesn't come with anything else. So with that out of the way, let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at the Immortal Hulk, and I really love the way this figure came out. I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is possibly the best Hulk figure that has ever been released by any company. It's better than anything Figuarts, Hasbro, Toy Biz has put out. This is a very impressive figure, and this is much better than Diamond Select's previous Hulk figures. There's a lot to like about this figure. So just looking at his head sculpt, it is a very menacing yelling expression. The one thing I don't like are his eyes. I feel like they made his eyes too light. I would have liked to see darker eyes in him. The darker green probably would have looked better, because it looks like he just has pupils and he's going into full-on rage mode, which I'm perfectly okay with. This head sculpt looks very good, and when I think the Hulk, this is pretty much what I imagine the Hulk looking like. This is the image of the Hulk that I have. I kind of wish that he came with a torn shirt like we saw with the 80 Years Hulk, but you can still use that on this figure. And yeah, just an impressive sculpt. The face is perfect for the Hulk, that yelling scream. I love the way his mouth is detailed. It actually has some good depth to it. Overall, very nice looking head sculpt. One of the best Hulk sculpts that we've seen in a very long time. So moving on to the rest of his torso, this is a very ripped figure, and just look at how the musculature looks on the Hulk. I really do like the paint apps on this figure. He's cast in, I think, a green, and then they did highlight him with a lighter green, and that does bring out all his musculature going all the way to the back. I don't collect Diamond Select figures too often, but I do pick up figures like this, especially when I can throw it into my other collections, and this is one figure that I really wanted to have in my collection. I passed on his initial release, but then when I saw that he was getting a re-release, I had to pick him up because I saw all the good things that were being said about him. So yeah, really liking the way this Hulk came out. Really do love the shoulders on him. You can see the veins going throughout his arms. Just overall done very nice. Just look at that musculature right here on his triceps, going all the way down to his arms. The veins on his fists look good. There's some texturing on his hands. There's some texturing throughout all his body. It's prevalent in most places, and some places you'll see it is more noticeable, like right here on his traps we have some, and then right here on his neck. Overall, just really loving the body. It is perfect for the Hulk. Now what's also perfect are the pants. I really love the shade of purple they went with for this figure. Just looking at it from all angles, yeah, there's a couple of areas where the purple wash looks a little bit weird, and there's some paint errors here and there, but overall I'm still very impressed by this figure. Now the one thing I'm not impressed with are his knees, and I don't know why they did it the way they did, but when you bend his knees, yeah, they didn't continue the paint on his knee. They just kind of left it purple. Now, it's not the end of the world. I kind of wish that they had painted that green. That way when you bend his knee, you would see green instead of purple, but it's not a big deal, to be quite honest. The tear in his pants right here for both his knees is a very nice touch, and I kind of wish that a whitewash was thrown just on the edges right here, just to simulate like torn denim. I really do like the detailing here on the ripped pant legs. It's done very nicely. Diamond Select has gone above and beyond to make this one of the best Hulk figures ever, and I gotta give him credit. This is a very impressive figure, especially if we look at his feet, where unlike the Hasbro one, this feet This Hulk's feet seem a little more in proportion, although they do feel a little bit flat. The size of them looks more in proportion with the body than the Hasbro one. The Hasbro one looked like he had baby feet. But yeah, this one just looks like somebody ran over his feet with a steamroller, and that's probably why he's so angry all the time. But overall, this is a very lovely Hulk figure, and I'm upset that I didn't pick him up sooner, but now that I have him in hand, yeah, this is probably my go-to Hulk from now on. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get the Hulk compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the Immortal Hulk posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Immortal Hulk posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have the Immortal Hulk posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Diamond Select Immortal Hulk posed next to a Marvel Legends 80-year anniversary Hulk. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now the Hulk does have a double ball joint here in the head, which he can look up, he can look down really nicely, and then we do get some really nice head tilt because of that ball joint. So it goes all the way around as well as left and right rotation. The Hulk does have a hinge here in the shoulder, which does let him hinge out only to about right there. It does do a full 360. We do have a bicep swivel at the arm, then we have a single bend at the elbow, giving us about 90 degrees, which is pretty impressive for his size. Then we do get a swivel hinge here at his wrist, which works perfectly fine, although it does pop the wrist off quite often, so do be aware of that. He does have a diaphragm joint, which does lean forward and back. It doesn't lean forward all too well, but it does lean back quite a bit. And then we do have a diaphragm joint that pivots side to side, as well as rotates. He also does have ball joints here in the hips, which let his legs kick forward to about right there, kick back, out to the side, no problem. We do have a thigh swivel. Then we have double bend here at the knee, giving us really nice hinge. Then we do have a hinge which goes back and forward in his ankle, and then finally forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, the Hulk here has some pretty good articulation. With that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Marvel Select Immortal Hulk posed for my final thoughts, and overall, really fell in love with this figure. I'm actually upset that I didn't pick him up sooner. This is a very good Hulk figure. If you're a fan of a really massive Hulk in your collection, this is the one figure to get. I really did love the Hasbro 80-year Hulk, but this one, oh my goodness, this one is very good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though he's not as articulated as the Marvel Legends Hulk because he doesn't have butterfly joints, I still argue that this is a superior sculpt to the Hasbro one, and there's a lot of things that I like more on this one than the Hasbro one. I think the body proportions on Immortal Hulk work better than the Hasbro one, although that's not necessarily a bad thing. The Hasbro one is a little bit stylized. This Hulk here is a very impressive figure, and I really do like the way he came out. Although I do think he could have used a less angry head, one where he's just gritting his teeth rather than just yelling. The Cosmic Hulk is a head that I'm probably never going to have him displayed with, but it is fun to have display options. But like I said, one where he's gritting his teeth would have probably been better than the Cosmic Hulk, because I really do like it when we get a gritting teeth for Hulk as well as a roaring, yelling head. But this works perfect, and this Hulk is going to look great in any Marvel display. If you have the comic book figures, he's going to fit in with Marvel Legends or your Diamond Select figures. Or did I say Diamond Select and Marvel Select? I meant Marvel Legends and Diamond Select figures. He is a very impressive Hulk, and like I said, the accessories do work for him. Although I'm not a fan of Cosmic Hulk, I do like the big gripping hands because those are very massive as well. Now, if you are looking for the Immortal Hulk, I did pick up mine from Big Bad Toy Store for about $32, which was the scoring rate for this figure. Unfortunately, at the time I'm making this video, he is sold out on Big Bad Toy Store, and I do believe he is selling out at most places. If you're lucky enough to find him at your local comic book store, I really do recommend you pick this Hulk up. Don't pass on him. This guy is a must-have for any Marvel Legend, Marvel Select, or any Hulk fan to have. In my opinion, this is the best Hulk figure to have been released by any company, and you really do need this figure. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Marvel Legend and Marvel videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.